Watching AFCRDTV, and here at Hayden Road, it finishes AFC Rushden Diamonds 1, Shepshed Dynamo 0. I'm with the gaffer, Michael Harriman. Michael, sort of squeaky bum time for all 90 minutes today, but a great result for Diamonds.
Yeah, fantastic. Last 7 or 8 minutes was probably the longest minutes I've had in football. It was. Look, we were very good the whole day. I think we showed a lot of desire, a lot of heart, and thoroughly deserved the result. I think we had a massive chance, especially first half, that we should have put the ball in the net. But yeah, 1-0, anything can obviously happen, and they're down to 10 men. They're throwing a kitchen sink at us, but the boys stood up well again, and like I said, we got over the line in the end.
Did you have a good week of training on Tuesday and Thursday?
Yeah, 100%. This is the beauty of the backlog of games now gone. We can get on the training pitch, we can put stuff into place and work on how we want to play and how we can affect teams. And yeah, that's the beauty of it now. And we've got another week now for a massive game Saturday.
Oh, that's for sure. But you made only one change in the starting 11. Unfortunately, Miguel Naguai had to sit this one out with an injury, so you put in Dylan Wilson. And you felt the team came through. The first half was sort of a stalemate.
Yeah. Poor old Miggy obviously picked up that injury last week, and he tried to train this week, but he wasn't ready. So that's something we'll evaluate again this week. But Dylan's come in, he's been brilliant for us, and he's really picking up some good form. So it was an easy just put him back in there, and he picked up. But yeah, 0-0 at half time, we would have taken that 100%. But like I said, there was 2 or 3 massive chances in there that was great save from the keeper. Look, it is what it is, but we've got over the line, we've got the 3 points we need, and we'll take it into next week.
Yes, their goalkeeper Brandon Ganley made some good saves in the first half, but our goalkeeper Ben Heath came up huge in the second half, 2 or 3 unbelievable saves.
Yeah, 100%. Heath, he's been brilliant since he's come in the door. He's shown what a top goalkeeper he is, and I think our back four feel comfortable with him behind. So look, he just keeps doing that. Like I said, he doesn't get enough credit, and I don't think he'd want the credit, but he kind of does. But look, he's been fantastic. Sure. He's a really good goalkeeper. We're lucky to have him, and yeah, look, by him keeping the goals at one end, we can then focus on just getting that 1 goal to go and win the game.
Exactly, and so eventually in the second half, you did bring on 3 subs: Fraser Corden, Luke Emery, and then lo and behold, Tom Lorraine. The strategy there, just to get some fresh legs, of course.
Yeah, fresh legs, and obviously staff-wise, we were aware of what was going on behind the scenes in terms of what the rugby result was going, and we had a good conversation about it. And we was like, do we throw the kitchen sink here, go for the win, or do we pick up the point and like I said, there's a group of winners in there, and it was all or nothing really. So putting Fraser, Luke, and Tom on our attacking options, it gave us a bit of something different, and look, it worked. And I'm so happy for Tom, because obviously we all know Tom's last home game today, and just to send him off in style, to be part of the celebrations at the end when the goal went in, it's fantastic. And it's brilliant for him, because he's been fantastic with us.
Definitely amazing. Did it surprise you when Tom announced this week that he's leaving the team at the end of the season?
If I'm being honest, I knew from the start, when Shanks took the role with me, it was only meant to be on a short-term basis, as it was. So we've managed to keep him here till the end of the season, and look, like I said, he's been second to none in there. He's going to be a huge loss for us next season. But like I said, we've got to do the job. We want to send him off the right way, and yeah, look, he's got so much respect in that change room. A lot of young ones looking up to him at this level. He's done it. He's been there, and yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, that was sort of like added incentive for Diamonds. Win one for the Gipper, win one for the Shanks. And a key point of the match came late in the 83rd minute. Freed Harper receives his second yellow, so it's red card, and Diamonds have a man advantage for the rest of the game. And literally moments later, Captain Fantastic Ryan Inman comes in with a beauty, a cracking goal there.
Yeah, this is, we talk about moments that change games, and obviously that send-off was a massive moment for ourselves. It's given us that. We obviously went to a bit different formation, and they were picking up a bit more of the ball, which we weren't too keen on, but look, it evened it out. And then, like I said, Ryan stepped up, and he's been immense for us since he's come in the building. He's really led that group, and for him to put that ball in the net is testament to him, because he's thoroughly deserved it. Obviously, getting his accolades before the game.
Player of the season.
Yeah, obviously shows how much hard work he's done, and yeah, he's definitely deserved that.
I hate to be a downer, Michael, but Walsall Wood didn't do us any favors today, as they get sort of beaten badly by Old Rugby Town. 4-0 was the final on that one, so it might come down to goal difference, even goals scored.
Yeah, look, we can only focus on ourselves, and look, we'll now have to go to Walsall Wood, and we knew we couldn't stay up today, we couldn't get relegated today. So look, it goes into the last game, which we knew, but we know what we need to do, so we'll go and do that. And it puts the emphasis on them. They've now got to go to Boulder and win the game. So yeah, let's just see what happens.
All right, we'll see you in the West Midlands next Saturday.
Thank you.
Well, Ryan, what a way to send off Hayden Road. It's a late win, scored by yourself. I mean, just tell us about your emotions at the moment.
I'm honestly just waiting forward to seeing my celebration, because I think I ran around like a headless chicken. I didn't know where to celebrate, didn't know what to do. Someone told me I should have kicked the corner flag like I did at Shepshed away, so it didn't end up happening. But honestly, the scenes were unbelievable. It was one of the highest points of my career, if I'm honest. I'm absolutely buzzing with it.
Talk us through what was going through your head as the ball was coming your way, because we were speaking about it off camera. The pass wasn't meant for you, but it was also bouncing and spinning backwards, and you sort of sidewinded it. It's a really difficult technique.
I'm not going to take much credit. I was just too knackered to do anything else with it. I thought I could hear the words Gerard being shouted as I came onto it. So I just thought I'd hit it. I had to get quite across it, and it just seemed to fly off my foot. So the angle was hard, but it just seemed to do exactly what I wanted to do, which was kind of zing into that top corner. So
I was speaking to Shanks a minute ago. He says that he knew what the scores were elsewhere. Were you, as the players, aware?
One of their players had told me it was 2-0 rugby when they last checked. So, and by knowing that Shanks had come on, I knew we needed a goal, because if we were defending, he definitely wasn't coming on. So I knew I had an idea, and I knew we started having to go for it. But came straight after the red card, and I thought we were pressuring them without the red card anyway. So we still really believed, and then I think if I didn't score that, we probably still would have gone on to score one anyway.
Just tell us a bit about the game plan from the management team, because in games like this, when there's so much pressure on, you're not going to go out and chase and try and win it in the first 5-10 minutes. It's always going to be a game plan over the course of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the kind of message was do what we've been doing. If you look since the Gresley result in January, we've been one of the best informed teams in the league. That's not just been a fluke. That's been a turnaround, and we're going to carry on doing the right things. That doesn't change in a big game like this. We carry on doing exactly what's got us here, and hope that we get through. And 1-0 will do. We would have liked a couple more, but Shanks can't score an open goal.
Just moving on to next week, then, it's obviously a massive game that needs no drumming up. We go into the final day looking to save ourselves. A point might do, a win might do, we don't know, but either way, it's going to be a great occasion, isn't it?
Brilliant, and the fans, I'm hoping that it's a real nice occasion for the fans. Today was honestly one of the best experience I've had with that many people, the amount of people that came with their kids and everything. So if you would have said we're going to take it down to the last game of the season in January, I think everyone would have bit their hand off. So massive chance to save us. Yeah.
And looking at Walsall, have you got any experience of playing against them before? Because I can't remember if you were playing when we.
I
had
did. I
yeah.
played, and I actually felt like we were the better team, and we missed a few really gilt-edged chances when I first got there. And they're a good team. Don't get me wrong. I'm disappointed they didn't do us a favour today, but it's hard. It's really hard at this time of the season because you go there thinking teams might be on the beach, and then they turn up and have no pressure and have a great game. So we're expecting Walsall's best, and we've got to match it.
And just a word on Hayden Road. We've been here for 7 years. You've only been here for about half the season, but how much have you enjoyed playing for this football club here at this ground?
It's brilliant, and I think the biggest thing is the fans that make this place feel like home for us. And I don't care if we're playing at the Dog and Duck, and I don't care if we're playing at our local park. The fans seem to do the same every time and make it feel like it's our home. So it's been brilliant. Really love this place and great memories now.
Well, congratulations on the win. There's your champagne that you
Cheers.
may or may not have cracked open already.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Joe.
Well, Shanks, what a send-off for Hayden Road, but just as importantly, what a send-off for yourself as well. To win in that manner, what was it like to play in?
Yeah, I mean, it's different when I'm like on the bench as part of the management team, and then having to sort of switch that mindset to we need a goal here. We know what the results are elsewhere. We need a goal. We need to win the game. To sort of switch that, no warm up. I'm kind of mind on kind of my job at first, and then coming on. So it's a switch. But I mean, when that goal went in, that's what we all play football for, isn't it? That's what that's what it's all about. Those kind of moments, celebrating with the fans. 800-900 people in here today. That goal, just fantastic atmosphere. I deserve 3 points at the end of the day. I think we were the better team quite clearly. No disrespect to Shepshed, but I think we showed that we needed that. We needed a victory. So to win it in that way, perhaps liked a few more goals. But yeah, 3 points is what was most important.
You mentioned about knowing the scores from elsewhere and knowing what rugby were up to. Were the players aware of that, and was that the catalyst for throwing yourself on?
It was the catalyst for throwing for the gaffer throwing me on, because we knew we needed a goal, because we might as well lose the game if we're going to draw the game, because then we're relying on the results elsewhere on the final day. But we tried not to let the players know what was going on, because what goes on elsewhere shouldn't take away from what our job is in the changing room. So we made an effort. We were aware, but we made an effort of not to make the players aware of what was going on. I'm sure they got a message from somewhere around the ground or could sense it. But it's just important that they concentrated on what their jobs were today, and they did exactly what we asked them to do.
And just taking things back, obviously the announcement was made yesterday that you're departing at the end of the season. What is it that's made you come to that decision?
Just with I've got a young family that I don't get to spend enough time with. Work as well, and just splitting myself between work, family and football has just become too much, and unfortunately it's football that has to take a back seat at this point.
It's going to be a complete break for football.
It is, yeah. I'm not going anywhere else, certainly not in the short term. Take a season or whatever, however it goes, see what happens, and then at a point at which I feel like I'm ready to come back in, then I'll see obviously what opportunities are available and what I want to do and see from that point. But it's really sad. I don't want to leave as such, but I've got to just prioritise other things in my life.
We often speak about how special this fan base is. 883 was the attendance today. Quite the turnout for our last game here. What did you make of the support today?
Yeah, I mean, superb. It drove us on. It really does make a huge difference. I know it's a bit of a cliche saying it's a 12-man kind of thing when you talk about the fans, but when we've got that kind of support, especially when we're pushing for a winner with 20 minutes to go, whatever it is, it does make a huge difference. And obviously the celebrations when we scored that goal in the corner with the supporters is what it's all about. We want to try and involve. This is a community football club. We're all in it together. and to celebrate with the supporters is what it's all about. We're all in it together. It's not something that's like just a changing room. It's not the football club on its own. This football club is the community, and it's important that occasions like that will involve as many people as possible.
How pleasing was it to see the resilience of your side, going a goal up, obviously Shepshed down to 10 men, they were always going to throw everything at it, but your side did really well to see the job through.
Yeah, I've just said that in the changing room, you know, when we came back in, what's as pleasing for me as getting the winner is the fact that we then defended resiliently. We defended brilliantly after that. They then decided to throw a few players forward, and we probably went a little bit too defensive in hindsight to protect the lead. Obviously, we didn't want to jeopardise, you know, potentially drawing the game. But we defended fantastically, headed the balls clear, you know, big clearances, what we'd asked for. You know, continue to battle right to the end to win every single ball. And you know, that's what these lads have done for the last 6 months or more since we've asked them, you know, to do the job that we've done. They deserve so much credit in that changing room. It's incredible. They you know, to be where we are now, when, you know, on the 19th of January or whatever it was, we had 4 points or something, and we were like 14 from safety, to now be on 29 points. You know, the lads in that changing room deserve so much credit. To a man, they have done everything we've asked them to do, and they've done it faultlessly, without question. And you know, it's been a pleasure to spend the changing room with them.
We just discussed it off air, and Ryan Inman was just giving us a shout as well as a reminder. What was going through your mind when you were running upfield with the ball there at the last moment of the game?
Just to get it as far away, just to get it as far away from our goal as possible. Really, I wasn't thinking about the fact the keeper was out of his goal. It would have been a nice send-off, but you know, it probably epitomises my 10 years really. No, just I'm just trying to get the ball as far away from our goal as I possibly can, and just protect the lead. That's the most important thing.
Going into next week, Walsallwood away. It's a one-off game to save ourselves in this division. It's most likely going to be between us and Rugby, with Gresley's inferior goal difference. I mean, what an occasion it shapes up to be. I mean, if there's any game where the lads need to self-motivate themselves, then this is the one, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that Michael and myself and Chappers and Ryan need to say anything in that changing room, really. They've given themselves an opportunity that nobody outside of that changing room really genuinely thought that they would ever have. I don't think anybody outside the changing room really realistically believed that we would be in this position. Maybe a few, maybe that's not fair, but most people, it's fair to say, had written us off and we were gone dead and buried. Nobody in that changing room ever believed anything different other than the fact that we could get out of it. And if we win our final game and we have 32 points and you know, it's not to be on goal difference, then that's what fate has in store for us. But we can hold our heads up high that you know, we've battled back from the depths of where we were, and there's a lot of honour can be taken in that changing room from what's happened in the last few months.
And just lastly, any words to summarise your time at Diamonds? You've been here since 2014, made 317 appearances now across your 2 spells, all-time leading scorer with 100 goals as well. You've had a brilliant innings, haven't you?
It's just been a pleasure, you know. I've enjoyed. I said in my thing yesterday, that in my article yesterday, that I've genuinely enjoyed every minute. The people that I've met, you know, in the changing room, the staff, the volunteers, you know, managers and coaches that have been here, and the fans have supported me from the second I joined. If I look back, I can't. You know, I think being at this football club has made the most of my non-league career. Had I not have been here, I don't think I'd have achieved the things that I have done at another football club. I think that's fair to say. You know, had the pleasure of being surrounded by some fantastic people. And yeah, just a big thank you to everyone that's been a part of my journey.
Well, congratulations on the win today and a well-deserved send-off. Fingers crossed we can go and add one more memory next week.
We've got one more big game. We'll be there. We'll keep battling. Thanks, Josh.
I don't need